Yo, what's going on, guys? So I'm making this video today because I run into this problem quite a lot. Whenever I manage to take an enemy's wall and then I go for an edit play on them, a lot of the time it ends up being a 50-50 of whether I'm going to hit him first or he hits me first. So today I'm going to show you what I think are some of the most consistent edits when it comes to outplaying your opponent while minimizing the damage that you actually take from them. So I'm going to show you different edits based on which one of the enemy's walls that you're trying to take. So let's say you're trying to go for this one right here. The enemy sat inside on his ramp, right, just like this. You want to go for an edit that doesn't allow him to actually run out and escape. So obviously these aren't going to work. None of these are going to work. Your only options are really the window. This one he can run out, but it's a bit more difficult. Or maybe the door. That's about it. The window, in my opinion. In my opinion, this window edit's not great because you're exposing the whole top half of your body and your head. It doesn't really matter what angle you're at. You can go for a peek, but it's risky, is what I'm trying to get at. And the same goes for either of these side windows. Reason you don't want to go for this edit right here is because you're exposing essentially the whole top half of your body again. You're making it even easier for him to get a shot off on you. So that's also no good. Plus, he can technically get out. So what should you do instead? This edit right here. Run straight into the middle as well. That way, from the inside, he doesn't have an angle on you. Not unless he comes all the way to the edge. Like that. But I mean, at that point, he's really exposing himself. He's coming all the way to the corners like that. Then obviously, it's very easy for you to get a shot off on him right there. And on top of that, you're making it a bit of a 50-50 for him. It's like a guessing game which side you're going to come out of. So I mean, it's a lot more effective in my opinion than just the simple middle edit, because you know, where are you going to come from? Oh, that's not obvious at all, is it? You know. Alright, so next we're going to do the sides, and this edit's actually going to apply regardless of whether the enemy's down here or up here on top of the ramp. We're going to use the same edit for both, and that edit's going to be this one right here. Alright, I'm going to show you why I think this is so effective. So let's say I'm the enemy down here first of all. My only two options here really are to wait for the peak or to run out. Now obviously if I run out, that's going to be an easy shot, easy headshot, one pump, no, you know, it's done and dusted, no problem. Now if they end up waiting for the peak, this is actually a very dangerous situation for them, because this right hand peak here is lethal. Okay, first of all, your entire body is covered, right? And you're exposing yourself literally the minimal amount, top of your head, right? That there. Okay, I can get a shot off, and what's showing? Literally just my bond. So obviously from here, all you would need to do is take a shot and just duck down. You don't even need to move really. Literally just take the shot and duck, and you're covered. Like that's that's it. That's why it's so dangerous. All right, next I'll show you from the top. So obviously this is not easy for the enemy to run out. They're blocked off first of all by this. Obviously they can't come up here, but again, same thing. If they go for that, you're waiting for them. Okay, they push out, they're dead. So they have no choice but to stay in there, right? And that makes for a very easy jump shot, right? You're exposing yourself, again, minimal amount, just your head, boom. You know, if they're ready for it, good for them, but most of the time, I reckon you'll catch them off guard. And obviously the same goes for this side as well. So can't quite get the right hand peak, unfortunately, but still very quick, very effective, and same up here. Yeah. Alright, so next is going to be this side right here, which is where the enemy's stuck underneath their ramp like this. Now, in my opinion, the most effective thing to do right here is the edit reset, the fakie, right? Because this is a very tight situation for them, so they're most likely to be panicking. So as soon as they see that edit go, they're going to be ready and waiting. But you reset, boom, they shoot their wall. I mean, they shoot your wall, you shoot them, right? Now, alternatively, if you don't want to do that, then I suggest this edit right here. The reason you don't want to go for any of these is obviously you don't want to let them out, and I don't really recommend a window because, again, the same thing. It's not the most ideal peaking situation. This one you could possibly go for if you like, but they're actually on the same level as you this time. There's no ramp elevating them, so it's more of a 50-50 for you as well as them. So that's why I picked this one right here. But once you hit this edit, I recommend you wait, right? Wait and look for the jump, okay? Because from in here, they don't have an angle on you, not unless they jump. And if they jump, they're exposing themselves, right? So no need to be impatient, just wait it out, let them do the work for you, okay? Now if they just stay crouching behind cover, you know, they don't seem to be showing any indication of wanting to jump out, they're just kind of hiding, waiting for the same thing as you, then here's my recommendation. You want to drop a coin just like this, and then you're going to pick one of these corners to edit, preferably depending on which side he's on, but it doesn't really matter that much. So you do that, and you come up along the corner right here, and this gives you a perfect angle right here, or even down here, or my personal favorite is jump. I'm going to time it just right, but if they're right in that corner there, you can hit them with a shot that they will never see coming. Now you want to make sure that your character model doesn't ever cross this middle line running up here, okay? The reason why is that from the inside, the enemy can actually see if you expose yourself too much, and they're actually quite covered in here until you get up to the top. So you want to make sure that you come right along the edge, right? Whether it's this edge or this edge, but just along the edge, and keep your head level below this, right? And then once you got that, go for whichever shot you want to go for, whichever angle, and yeah, that's about it for this one. Alright, next I'm going to cover what to do when there's no ramp in the middle. So this is a technique, well the first part of this technique is something that I learned from Martos, okay? So once you've taken the enemy's wall, and you opened up the edit, you immediately want to drop a ramp. Now obviously this is to stop the enemy from actually dropping any ramps of their own to block you, okay? Okay, so from here you want to pull this edit, or this edit, depending on which side he's on, and immediately reset this wall, right? That's to cover you. Occasionally you'll see him phasing through. If you want to take a shot, go for it, but at the same time he can also go for a shot at you, so just be careful. But once you've reset, I recommend you go for this right hand peek again, just because of how effective it is. But if it looks like he's really staring you down, he's ready to take that shot, then maybe go for a fakie, pull it out over here instead. Or if that's a bit too flashy for you, you could always go for the safe play, drop a cone, and then you've got a number of different angles that you can peek from, and you can also take it a step further and do this. Even this side works, I guess. Drop in there or up top, you know, wherever you prefer. But just mess around with it, right? Do your thing. I forgot to mention, the reason you want to go for this edit is because in the most ideal situation, you'd be catching your enemy just like this, right? So even if they end up phasing through and they try and walk forward, they're still going to phase up into this, right? And from here, their only real option is to jump down, okay? And if they're jumping down, then again, you should be waiting for them ready, okay? They can go for a jump shot right here, right? So you do need to be careful of where you stand. But other than that, just wait for them to drop. Now if you really want to mess with them, then there's two more things that you can do here. First one of those is to edit this ramp, just like you see me doing right here. Run up the ramp and edit it back that way as you're running, so once you reach the top, it's flipped around and you should get an easy shot if they're there, or if not, you just pull a little jump shot. That's all there is to it. From the enemy's perspective, even if they're waiting for you, ready to make that edit, right? If you drop that, then you're already blocking them, okay? So most likely what they'll do is come around here looking for another shot, but by that point you will have rotated back that way, okay? So from here it's very difficult for them to take that shot. They can jump, but ideally you should have shot them by then. Now if you don't like that one, there's always this variation. Pull the ramp across this way, that way this wall is still blocking them, and then from here it's just the same as before. You want to edit like that, go for the jump shot. From the enemy's perspective, ramp gets flipped, they still can't take a shot from here. Like, what's going on? Oh, all of a sudden, boom, okay, there, dead. Now obviously if this is the enemies one by one, then they can always just edit out the side, but the idea behind these edits is to stay as safe as possible while looking for a shot, and if you manage to pull it off fast enough, then it can actually confuse them. For example, Let me know if you guys found this helpful. I'd really appreciate the feedback. Just want to know what you guys think of it. And yeah, this isn't normally the style of video that I do, so these kind of videos are a bit unnatural for me, so forgive me if I was rambling a bit at any point. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless. And yeah, that's all I got to say really. Peace.